Hello, Shemai. Welcome to FC Cymru Live, where we have a guest list, which hopefully is going to make you smile, make you laugh, and prepare you beautifully for the last 60, which is what we've all been waiting for now for the next few days. We're going to be building up for that huge game against Denmark at the weekend. Listen, tonight is all about wrapping up the group stage, and we're a little kind of appetizer ahead of tonight's games. We're going to be chatting with the poet extraordinaire and huge Wales fan, as you can see from the wall behind us, Sarah McCreadie. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Gavin.
We've also got a Merthyr 1-2 that's quicker than a Gareth Bale give and go. We've got the filmmaker, actor, DJ, anything and everything, Jonny. Jonny Owen has joined us tonight. Jonny, thanks so much, mate, for taking time out tonight. And, of course, a man who's going to make you insanely jealous as we chat to him this evening, because while the rest of us have been at home enjoying all the things that Wales have been up to, John Smith, give us a little wave, John. You have been in Baku, Rome, and then Amsterdam tomorrow. So absolutely green with envy, to be quite honest, mate. Sounds fantastic. But I also know one of you is very super excited to be on here. And they've been telling, well, John, do you want to take us through? I better call you Smithy, hadn't I, really? Otherwise, we're going to get confused. Smithy, do you want to take us through exactly who you've been telling this afternoon that you're going to be on? Because it might have been a little bit of a misunderstanding.
Yeah, so we've got a staff group which is basically used for like logistics and transporting the entire operation around Europe, etc. So I'm just in there just to see what time everything goes on. But I accidentally meant to post it in my mates group to say I was coming on here tonight, but I posted it in that. So Paige and the boys were like, "Nice to know, John, but thanks, but thanks, but no thanks, really." But yeah,
you mean they're not going to be tuning in, mate? Is that what we're saying? Paige and the boys, they're having tea. They're not going to be tuning in to watch you.
Well, I walked into the dining room and they all gave me a little bit of a round of applause because I swiftly deleted it from the group. So, a bit embarrassing, but yeah.
Oh man. Well, listen, we'll be finding out way more about what life on camp's like as we go through. Listen, you guys watching at home as well, you can join in because we're going cross-platform. We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube this evening, right across the FAW channel. So what we're asking for you tonight, you can send your messages into John, Smithy and Sarah as well. But also, we want to know what your highlight of the group stage has been. We also want to let us know your predictions for Saturday, and we also want to know where you'll be watching the game and who you'll be watching it with, because obviously travel restrictions, we're all not really going to be there. The red wall is not going to be there, unfortunately. So, so unfortunately not. So as we sort of go through this, and we'll find out what everybody's been up to. Let's start with you, Mr. Owen. You've been back home, haven't you? We've been seeing all the pictures from Merthyr. It must have been absolutely fantastic to go back home.
Yeah, exactly. Hashtag better than Baku. Watched it in Merthyr, as near as you can get to being at the tournament. Packed out clubs, sold out every night for the games. Also really busy for other matches as well, which I think is great in Wales. Really enjoyed the tournament. And the atmosphere is fantastic. Obviously, been really unlucky, haven't we, with not being able to or allowed to go to games. UEFA have made it as difficult as possible for Wales, but we just seem to be getting over every hurdle. Remarkable, really, to go out to Baku in Turkey's backyard. Get that result in front of 35,000 fans, to beat Switzerland, a top 10 ranked FIFA team, and then to go to probably the team of the tournament so far, Italy in their backyard, and only lose 1-0 with 10 men. Unbelievable performance. I'm already saying it's on a par, probably better than 2016 group stages wise, because it was a more difficult group to get out of. We were the strong favourites to finish bottom, but here we are, second, through again. And as poor Scotland have discovered, it's very, very difficult to get out of the qualifying group. So I think already done an amazing job, the Welsh team, and who knows where we can end up. But what a remarkable bunch of players.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. One of the things on TalkSport where you've been working, John, are you allowed to stay neutral? I mean, how's that been working? Actually, I think we might have a little bit of evidence of this. Luke, do you want to play how neutral Johnny's been?
Whoa!
Borderline.
No, ever the professional. It all went out of the window, like, you know what I mean? You're next to, it's like John, you're next to Nigel Albert, Nathan, all the boys, and suddenly Wales score in a game which we were hanging on.
I just hold on to
Hang on, we got intruders, John. What's going on?
Who do you think it is?
Is it
Is it another one of Merthyr's finest?
No, it's Chris Gunter playing hell.
Saying John Smith is a terrible photographer. Did you see that? I don't believe that, John. I've seen your photography.
I think they're all watching in the dining room now, and I'm going to go back in.
So is it,
no, I know, it was great.
Yourself up, mate. Is this where you bigged yourself up, told them all to watch, and here they are? Fantastic.
I think they're winding me up now. I think they've got it on the big screens instead of the football, so I'm open now. Sorry, John, what were you saying about it?
That's quite all right, Smithy. Listen, I'll tell you what. We were going to hang on a little bit and find out a little bit more about Johnny. Because we're here, though, as a Merthyr lad, you seem to be missing home, right? And there seems to be a little bit of a wind-up about that beautiful Merthyr accent as well. So we've been seeing a little bit behind the scenes of how you've been trying to control everyone and get these photographs done, haven't we? Luke, should we play that one as well?
3 photos, right? Main one is going to be players and the immediate coaching staff. So Pagey, Albert, Kit, Robert and Struts. That's the main one. So everyone jump in now, boys, players. All the senior players at the front. So Rambo, Ben Davis, Gunt, Baylow and that. And then the kit men.
Who's the third photo?
Third photo. And then the third one is then the medical staff out and then all other staff in, okay?
Love it, Sam. How many photos?
3 photos. Brooksy.
Three photos.
It turned into about 6 photos, so that's all I've had now. Is how many photos?
How many photos? Do you know what? I've been starting every show by going and it's packed, the club is, and they were peaking at like a few million listeners. I was going, welcome to the centre of the football universe, Merthyr Town FC. And I was thinking of all these people all across Britain and the world thinking, Merthyr Town, it's all going on there. Boys taking over.
Oh, the Merthyr Mafia in full force, mate. Full force. This is what we like to see. John, it must be like herding cats at times with that lot. The one question I've got, actually, if you rewatch that video, is what's going to do with his hand in his pocket? That needs to be rewatched. I'm very confused at what you're doing there, Guns. Very confused. But what they like to work with, John?
Yeah, just like, as you know, Lawrence, I started doing futsal, and there's just young groups of boys that super confident, and just like any groups of lads from back home, really. To be fair, once you start working with them, getting to know them a bit better, it's quite easy. Yeah,
they always come across like just such a good group. So and
they're all good mates as well. Like, it's exactly what you see online and social media. They're all just pals. It's exactly as you see it.
Fantastic. And Sarah, listen, let's bring you in there. So listen, thank you very much for sort of hanging on there. We've been you're going to
no, I haven't called it.
Yes, unfortunately not. Sorry, you stretched around, but no. Listen, Sarah, you're going to bring a bit of class and culture proceedings. That's what you're here for. So listen, first of all, we understand you've written a poem about goalkeeping, so we're going to kick off with a goalkeeping poem. And then we're going to see a little bit of, find out a little bit more about you. But why don't you introduce us to some of your work first, mate?
All right. So I reckon I would say Danny Ward's been our player of the tournament so far, in my opinion. And so I thought I'd do a little goalkeeping poem. And I'll kick it off with a quote from Vladimir Nabokov, who said, "The goalkeeper is the lone eagle, the man of mystery, the last defender." This is very nice.
See, I told you guys, culture. Culture and class to proceedings.
What I say about goalkeepers is Goalkeepers are weird. I don't want to go in goal because goalkeepers are weird. They shampoo their hair in the clouds. They are monkey bar sillies dreaming. They are minds screaming, tangled in nylon cord. They have no hands to sniff the grass. They are lanky limbs, rubber shins, and I don't want to be alone. My ma would be mad, my pa ashamed. I don't want to go in goal because goalkeepers are weird. Thank you. That's the ode to the eccentric goalkeeper, though. I'm not sure that Danny Ward's a weirdo, but...
Well, John, Smithy, you might be the one to answer that.
All goalkeepers are weird.
Yes.
The only normal,
like drummers in a band.
the only normal goalkeeper I know is Dave Adams, and he's very placid for a goalkeeper. Every other goalkeeper I know is something wrong going on. Tony Roberts. Oof.
Really? Is Tony Roberts not? Yeah.
Guy's next level. He's next level.
And he's the one coaching them. Oh my goodness.
I know. And that's the worrying part.
Is it? Oh, well, listen, Sarah, thank you so much for that. That was awesome. I did say class and culture, but also we do know that you can let loose sometimes. You were on one of our shows in March, weren't you? So we did capture this moment during the Czech game, which might blow the culture and class out of the water a little bit.
Go on in, Danny! Yeah!
It's a ball from Bale.
Look at Bale's celebration. Look at it.
Thanks.
Being backslammed on the sofa, I think that was, wasn't it?
I just lose it, man. I can't control myself.
That was worse than me and Merthyr.
I love it.
Absolutely class. Well, listen, we've got to lose it sometimes, haven't we? We've got to lose it sometimes. Talking of goalkeepers, haven't you got Big Nev with you on Saturday, Johnny?
Yeah, Big Nev is coming up the club. Fantastic. There's a I think even 5 hours from up in Merthyr Town Football Club. Talk Sport, biggest radio station in the world, and it's in Merthyr Town, covering Wales. Fantastic. I was saying before, the attitude to Wales has changed dramatically, really, since 2016. I mean, the coverage has been unbelievable. And that's credit to the boys. They've put Wales on the map. And I was sort of saying today on radio and on Sky, the Welsh rugby team of the mid-70s kind of lives in Welsh psyche. This Welsh football team is doing that now. They really are loved in a way by the Welsh people that is incredible to watch and incredible to see. They give the country such a lift. I'm back in England now and everybody's saying to me, I hope you do well. And it's just wonderful. They've really been fantastic. And also, not just that, but they've got these great youngsters coming through as well. It's keeping on going. It's not just, a team that's from 2016. There's so many kids who've come through who've been brilliant. I'm so proud of them. They've done great for us. And they've made a living for me, really.
So it's a big thank you to all of you watching in the canteen at the moment for making Johnny and
keep it going, boys.
Do you get that sense though, Smithy, from out there? Like, do the guys understand kind of what's happening here and sort of all the love that's being shown for them during the games?
Yeah, to be fair, they will watch everything that's going on social media. So like videos people posting from back home, the one from Merthyr, for example. I think Dan James was talking about the other day, he sees all the celebrations. So they are very, very aware of what's going on and they love it, and they feed off it. And they are just gutted when you speak about them. They can't have fans, majority of fans of the games. It's nice to have a couple there, but it's just disappointing we can't have a lot, and they do miss it, definitely.
I had a telling off. Do you know what happened?
I did see, yeah. I heard, yeah.
We got reported by...
As soon as Mark showed me, I was thinking, I bet Wayne was running around headless chicken.
I was. The next day, the council came and the police got involved, and I had to go up and say, I'm really sorry, I couldn't help myself. We'd equalised in a game where Switzerland were on top, and the boys dug in and we got a goal back and I lost it. I'm really sorry. So they said to us, we'll shut you down if you do it again. So for the next game, which was Turkey. Can you imagine how difficult that was? So we just went, nobody have a phone out. So there was nobody in case we got in trouble again. So imagine when the second goal went in, what it was like again. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you just got to be a bit careful. That's all. We think it was English fans that reported us as well.
Probably was. I think so. Turning it back to the 90s, then nobody put phones. There was like a amnesty on phones. Everyone put them away. Just enjoy the game.
Yeah, that's what it was like.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That sounds absolutely fantastic. Sarah, where have you been watching the games? Have you been sort of out in Cardiff, or has it been on the sofas?
On the sofa here, yeah, I've got a setup, got flags, posters, scarves, and that. Had like friends and family. And it's been really nice, actually. It's like for one moment, for like 90 minutes, it feels like Wales is the whole centre of the universe. But somehow it doesn't feel real at all. But just completely amazing. So yeah, I'm loving it.
No, it is class. It is class. There was a brilliant article I read today where it was a comment from a DJ, English DJ, who said, I am so envious of Wales right now. Like, whenever I watch montages for Scotland and England, it's all about misery and like everything's going wrong and like loads of pressure and we should be winning. And then I watch the Wales ones and it's all fun and everyone's having a laugh and they're celebrating 2016 again. And like Gareth Bale suddenly got a smile on his face and he's a different character to the one we see all season. And it's like, yeah, it is literally like that, isn't it?
Like, we're living in like a golden age of Welsh football, and we've got to take every second. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, embrace it.
I agree with that, and I always think as well. Like, you know, they often ask me up in England how why it is we always seem to do well at major tournaments, and like my theory is we've already won because we've qualified, and it's been so difficult for us to qualify. And we've done it twice now, and we would have qualified for the World Cup. I think we were unlucky with injuries, players being out, but there's no pressure on the boys whatsoever. Everybody's just delighted they're there. It was a really interesting moment for me. I really took it in when poor Ethan got harshly sent off, in my opinion, in Italy. Where I was in Merthyr, they clapped him as he was going off, and Gareth Bale went over to him and put an arm around him, but they clapped him. You know, when Gareth, missed the penalty, there was nobody groaning or shouting at the screen. It was, and he never let his head drop, and the team didn't. And then in injury time, my mate from England rang me after and said to me, I couldn't believe in injury time, when you were 1-0 up, Gareth Bale decides to take it, beat two men, passes it, and who's on the 6-yard line in the box? A right back in the penalty area in injury time. And he was like, I don't know another team in this competition who would do that. And I was like, I don't know, it's just something in them. They just seem to be having the best time. And that's infectious, I think. We feel that they're having a great time as well. And because they're so loved, it's a wonderful thing for them to know that, they've got us behind them as well. Like they wouldn't believe, that this team, I keep saying it, is adored in a way that's almost difficult for me to explain to people who aren't Welsh,
Yeah, no, absolutely spot on. But listen, we can see all your comments flying in. So we are going to get into your questions, your comments, and all your stuff in a minute. But we do have to just say for a second, because I don't know if you guys have gone out there and bought your 10 of us wristbands yet. Tan on John Smith.
I got one.
Yeah.
I have. I got one. I bought one. I love the fact all the comments are Merthyr boys, and they're all saying to Smithy, look at the tan on Smithy. He can't take photos. It's like, I'm from Merthyr. They're all Merthyr.
That's what we like to see. We're spiking in Merthyr right now. That's what I love in. Trending in Merthyr.
The epicenter of the world, John, as you know.
Center of the football universe. Who said this? Do you know what I mean?
Ellis.
We gotta do it. So 10 of us, obviously the charity partner of the FAW this summer. We've all been buying our wristbands. I think they'd sold, I was chatting to Sean yesterday, they've sold upwards of 12 or 13,000 now. Wow. So absolutely wonderful to see. But we just got a little clip in to show you exactly where that money's going and how it's being put to good use.
Our support line is open 365 days a year. We have a variety of calls coming through to us. We have people who ring us who are worried about cancer. They're going through treatment and they want to know about the side effects of their treatment. They're worried about a family member. They want to know how they can look after themselves to reduce their risk of cancer. And then we also have people we talk to who have been given a life-limited diagnosis. So they want to think about the future, about advanced care planning and planning for the end of life. And obviously a lot of people will call us in respect of bereavement. I think the range of questions, emotions and needs are very different, and you really don't know what will happen on each call. So it is humbling, and I think it's really important that we are knowledgeable, we are sensitive, and we do our very best to support each and every client that we can.
It's an honour to work for any cancer charity because they do great work across the country, and they support patients in many ways with the mobile unit, with the cancer line, and obviously supporting them with the research work that they do. During the pandemic, it's been really important that they have a support line available to them. They haven't got specialist support in many of the areas where they live, and apart from the chemo day unit, the appointments that they've had in the hospitals have been over the phone. There hasn't been the face-to-face contacts with the specialist nurses and the people who normally support them. So having us as an extra support mechanism really has been really useful. And obviously any fundraising we could do, as we have with the new wristbands with the Football Association of Wales, that will help us to support more people going through treatment.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. That's it. There you go. Jonny Owen has got it. And Matthew Williams, great cause. You're absolutely right, Matthew. So, while we're there, and John Smith, excellent work. So we are across that, just £1. You can pick them up from co-op shops. You can also pick them up from your local Tenebus stores as well. So well worth just investing in that ahead of the weekend. Fantastic stuff. Right, now... we know some of you have been pinging in your comments. You've been pinging in your predictions for the weekend. We're also going to take a look at some of Smithy's fantastic work, because he might have got a little bit of stick. He might get a bit of stick from the boys, but he also takes some absolutely stunning photos. So we thought we'd sort of run you through a few bits and pieces and show you this, what he's been up to out there, because Smithy, you must have to pinch yourself a little bit sometimes that you're kind of out there in this position, and you've grafted your way to the top, mate.
Yeah, it's a bit surreal sometimes when you think about it, because I would be pretty much in the crowd anyway watching. I followed Wales home and away since I think my first away game was Bulgaria away. God, I can't even remember how long ago. So to be in this position, it's really privileged, and you do have to pinch yourself sometimes just to remember that you're here.
It's all a backroom staff, that one, wasn't it? And I think this was on a walkabout in Baku.
Oh, the staff are worse than the players for photos.
What, wanting photos?
I love that.
Yeah.
One of your favourites, Sarah?
Yeah, I gotta love it.
Johnny loves it. Yeah, mighty beard. Another strong beard. Di the kit man. Another Merthyr boy.
Is he a Merthyr boy as well?
Yeah.
He is.
Oh my days! What is going on here?
Merthyr is a football fanatic town. I was trying to explain this to Sky and TalkSport, and they were like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, everybody's football daft in Merthyr." They are, John, aren't they? They just are.
Basically, the interview for the FAW is, do you come from Merthyr? That's the first question. And if yes, you pretty much have the job.
If the answer is no, then they ask you again and you say yes. Is that right?
Yeah.
This is what a moment this was as well, by the way, against Switzerland. Like, Sarah, what are you thinking? How are you feeling like when before this goal went in?
Okay, I was obviously super nervous and everything like that, but to see Kiefer score, as a Cardiff fan, completely adore him. Oh my gosh, this is my favourite. And then to see him score and then become a national hero now is just oh my gosh, I'm in heaven. Yeah, amazing.
John, I think your words in that video were, we were rubbish, but we've got there.
Well, you know what? They weren't great until that point, but the best what it is, the boys really dug in. Yeah. This is what they do, this team. Doesn't matter, how they get the result. They get the result. Do you know what I mean? And we were on a back foot against a very good Swiss team. Let's be honest. They're really decent. I think they're in the top 10 FIFA rankings, aren't they? But to score that goal was fantastic. And a big shout out to somebody like Kiefer Moore. You know, it'll be really difficult for Cardiff to hold on to him, because I think, you know, people are really seeing he's, you know, he's not just a big lad. I watched him a few times last season and the season before when he was at Wigan. He's a very, very good player, all-round good player, and he causes you problems because they're not used to a traditional number 9. A lot of these teams, you know. And Ali McCoist was on the other morning. I think Ali McCoist is probably one of the best pundits out there, and he said a great thing. He went, the Welsh front four in particular, he said, is a potent mix, and he said one of the best mixes in the whole tournament. He said because you've got two brilliantly technical players if you sit deep against them, in Gareth and Aaron. He said if you move further up the pitch, you've got Dan James who can get over the top, and then you've got Kiefer Moore who's physical and can hold the ball up. And when you think of it that way, it is a very, very good mix. We're really lucky to have those 4 boys up there, and there's always goals in them, you know.
And then off the back of that, you know, you can fit in Wilson, you can fit in Brooks, you can fit in Tyler Roberts, and it is such a quality front line.
It is, and that's why I think that's what the secret is of Wales. We can always score. We can always score goals, you know. And you know, we got good players, we got great players, we got world-class players. But my old man used to say this great thing: sometimes you get magic footballers, and Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey for me are magic footballers, as they proved against Turkey. I mean, the balls Bale put in, I mean, you know, that every time he put him in, there were sensational balls in, and then Aaron finished the one. You know, it was everything about them. You just go. They've always got that thing in them to that they can create something. And I love the fact we're underdogs. And now Denmark is everybody's second team, as people keep telling us in the media all the time. And the Danish media thinks they're through, genuinely thinks they're through. They're talking about it. I've been watching things on social media. Their pundits going, I think we'll have way too much for Wales. Let them think it. Let them keep doing this. Let them keep talking us down, underestimating us. Because you know what? We always got a chance of putting the big boys on their backside, Wales, and they all forget that. So let them think it.
Absolutely. John, we want another picture like this at 7 o'clock on Saturday. That's the picture we want at 7 o'clock on Saturday, mate.
That was quite funny because I was still in my normal position behind the advertising boards, and he was coming over to do media on the flash. And I literally had the camera still pointing on him, waiting for him to kind of pop his head up, and he spotted me and gave me a big thumbs up. So it was a perfect picture, really. Yeah,
it was absolutely fantastic. What's your favourite picture so far, mate? Well, have you got one that you go, oh, yeah, you absolutely nailed that, or that encapsulates kind of what we're about?
I think anything from the Turkey game really was amazing, because obviously, you know, getting the 2 goals and Rambo celebrating with Guns, because they are you know, really good mates. They're inseparable on camp, and just to see him kind of do, you know, with that special touch and run over to him on the bench, and Guns's face as a picture, you know, is brilliant. But I don't know, I'm never really happy with sometimes in games, and I don't really get everything I want, or the celebration I want, etc. Or they run the other way, like Kiefer run the other way. So I'm always a bit harsh on myself. But you know,
you need to have like a pre-match meeting. Are you not in on these pre-match meetings where you're going? They do all the tactics. Pagey's giving it the big one. He's kind of moving these rounds. Albert's going into them, and then they bring you up and you go, right, when you score, run left. I'm there.
I kind of like mention it to some of the boys, like Connor's always aware of where I am sometimes, and like I miss Connor's knee slide, because I was following Bale celebrating over to the fans, and I didn't realize Connor's coming at me full pelt on his knees grabbing the badge. So it's little things like that, but it's just split second decisions on trying to catch things. So yeah, he's not
Connor was giving you stick earlier.
He hasn't let me forget for the last 5-6 days that I missed his knee slides. Yeah, so.
It was a great knee slide as well, wasn't it?
It was a great knee slide, which I missed. So yeah, I owe him. I do have to make up for that.
Yeah, just for anyone who's
badge grab. You know, the 2-in-1, wasn't it? Do you mean?
I know, and straight to the steady cam. You know, but unfortunately, can't get them all. You know.
A good quick mention what you just said there, though. You know, you mentioned Guns. What a game he had in Italy! Fantastic.
I know.
Unbelievable. He was fantastic, you know, right to the very, you know, I just thought he was terrific. They've all been fantastic, but what a game he had in Rome.
I think a lot of people thought that, you know, that's the end of him after 100 caps, and it was just one of those glory things against Mexico, etc. And you see a lot of stuff online, but you know, he was one of our best players against Mexico. He's a massive voice on the pitch, and obviously this is my first time being, you know, on a tournament. I wasn't around in 2016, but he is pretty much one of the people that, you know, is the glue that, you know, kind of runs the team within the team, obviously. Obviously you've got Bale as the captain, etc. But he's almost that kind of go between the youngsters and the olders. He's always playing the music. He's, and I couldn't think of not having him here. And he played amazing against Italy. So, definitely.
Is that because he still stood there? Is he still watching over the shoulder now?
He's about to throw water over him if I don't say that.
Yes, that moment, I have to say, there were plenty of people getting gooey-eyed as Ramsey ran into his arms like the end of a movie. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. Sarah, what was your? Sorry, go on. So what was that?
All up, like the choice to do that is just encapsulates like the whole spirit of what I think. Yeah, sums it up.
And the senior pros, Lawrence. I mean, I think that's a big thing. Obviously, Robert Page has done an incredible job. And I just got to say quickly, when we were playing Italy, right, one of the boys went, it panned to the two managers, Mancini's there, and he in a suit, Italian, and it cuts to Rob Page, Ron the boy, tattoos, tracksuit on, and we were like, yes, come on, Rob, one of us, like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think, the senior pros in our team, as John was saying, you've got people like Gareth Bale, who's won Champions League, scored winning goals in the final. Aaron Ramsey scored winning goals in FA Cup finals. There's so much great experience there. Ben Davies is 28, 60 odd caps, his second tournament. You've got so much experience there, and these boys are still in their 20s. It just bodes very well for the future as well.
Yeah, it does. It does. Chopper Charles said, if Guntz's header had gone in against Italy, Wales would have gone.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? National holiday the day after.
Saving it for the final. He's definitely saving it for the final. Or possibly against England in the semi-finals at Wembley. That would do. That would do lovely, wouldn't it? Sarah, so of your favourite players, we've chatted about favourite players. Have you got one that sort of stands out for you in the Wales setup?
I think I'd say like the player of the tournament so far is Danny Ward. I think it's got to be.
Even though he's a bit weird.
I don't say he's weird, but I would say he's the player of the tournament. But of course, like I said before, I'm a huge Keith Moore fan, and 7 foot of heaven. He's just blows me away, man. He's like a big ballet dancer. People just don't realize how elegant I think he is. Does not get enough credit. I really hope Cardiff can keep hold of him. Fingers crossed.
A giant ballet dancer. That is perfect.
I think for me, a special mention has to go. I've just mentioned Ben Davies, but Joe Rodon, unbelievable. Some of his performances. He genuinely looks like somebody who would die to stop somebody scoring against Wales. He would throw his body on the line. He would do whatever it takes. And that great moment that became a little name almost in a Turkey game when he turns to Gareth Bale and sat with the referee and goes, "What's he on about?"
Amazing.
It is class, isn't it?
But we seem to have like a whole team that's like. I think Johnny's on mute.
No, I've just got something.
You're right. I feel like we have a whole team of players that will just like
English.
anything, I think.
Yeah, not. Let me just see if I can.
Sorry, Sarah. What was that? Say that again. I just missed that.
What Johnny's saying about that. I think the whole team seems to just. We have like a team full of players that just do anything for the shirt, right? And it's like it's so easy to say, but it's like I've never seen it encapsulated more in a team before. That just everything on the line.
So, John, Smithy, on yours. So the team dynamics, right? We know that Guntz has been there. We know the boys that have been there through 2016, and we've got the young lads coming through. What is that mix behind the scenes like? And like, are you always trying to sort of capture that as you're sort of doing the rounds with them?
Yeah, they, like I say, they do have the tiny little clicks and stuff like that. You'll find sometimes, but I guess that happens everywhere. But win or lose, everyone's on the same table. At the end of it, and everyone's celebrating together. But there is little clicks like Harry and Chris Mepps and Nico and stuff like that. They're always winding each other up, and obviously got the senior boys that go together. Guntz is literally in everyone. But yeah, they are. For example, once we got out of the group, we go back to the hotel. Everyone was sitting around one massive big table, and everyone was enjoying themselves. And it is a massive together thing.
Yeah, that's wonderful to hear. Wonderful to hear. It looks like that on the pitch, doesn't it? That is for sure. That is for sure. Sarah, now you did tell me that you had another poem for us. This was a Cymru poem to see us out, wasn't it? To get us all charged for the weekend.
Well, I hope so. Yeah, I was thinking kind of about how I feel like we're in like a new era of Welshness and Wales, and there's definitely something happening in Wales generally, I think, and I think the football team really encapsulate that. And yeah, I hope this is like a little tribute to that, I guess, kind of the sense of new pride that we have in like a rejuvenated country, I think. Yeah, for sure. So this is called O Cymru. O Cymru. There is a daffodil growing in the shadow of a high-rise. There is something happening in this country of mine. Take gulps of its air. There is a song in it. O Cymru, hold on to your hats, hearts, hold on to the light. It will turn on again.
Ah, beautiful, mate. Beautiful. Fantastic. I think that just sets us up. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I think that sets us up for the weekend. So, Jonny Owen, are we going to do it? Are you going to be celebrating socially distanced and safely in Merthyr with Big Nev? Is that going to be Saturday afternoon? Tell me, Jonny, it's going to be, right?
Do you know, it's a funny thing. I met Nev down in the Wednesday in Cardiff for TalkSport and Hawksby and Jacobs, and he talked me round about Turkey. He genuinely talked me round. And I was a bit like, oh, it'll be really difficult there, the heat and the crowd. He was like, nah, we can beat them. And he explained to me why. And he's back there again on Saturday to Merthyr. And he said something to me which was really interesting. He said, it always comes down in sport. He said, you can have all the training and all the fancy stuff. It's will to win. Do you believe you can win? He said, that's what it's down to. And he says, our team and those boys always think they can win. That's what he said to me. And I was like, I left there thinking, God, we got a chance. And I think it's the thing about us. These boys always think they can win. So it won't be easy Saturday. They'll come out. If we can keep them quiet the first 20 minutes. Might have said this against Turkey. We were brilliant the first 20 minutes. I think we got a chance. Listen, I'm gonna break some hearts here and say it might even go to penalties. And imagine how difficult.
Oh my gosh.
But I think we can win. I think we can get through. I don't want to be presumptuous because I hate that being Welsh. We don't do that. But I do believe in these boys. I think they're one of our great sports teams ever, and I think they've got the mentality to win.
Good, excellent. But I don't want penalties. That'd be horrendous. John Smith, are we going to win?
Yeah, like Jonny said, the will to win is unbelievable. You see Connor Roberts' face after the 1-1 in against Switzerland. He wasn't happy. They want to win. And as we said earlier, going for that second goal in the last 10 minutes against Turkey, we already won the game, but they wanted to score more. They literally want to keep on going and keep on going. So they're not happy unless we win. So yeah, we're definitely going to win. But 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. We'll go with 2-1.
Let's go with 2-1. We'll take that. David Brooks, what are you saying about your photographer?
They love you, really, John. They always love you when they do this. They love you.
He's just jealous because I beat him in basketball yesterday.
Is that right? Brooksy beating in basketball. One of my favourite moments of our entire tour so far is David Brooks telling us about his little fluffy dog. Apparently, he's got a dog that's a cloud, which is a Pomeranian,
like a little puffy thing. This is WhatsApp photo as well for some reason. Not sure why.
She's like, oh, the best thing was Baylor, and they asked him about Sergio Ramos. He said, I know where they play next year. Like, where? In defence. I was like, he's got you on a stick. Like,
yeah, he has. People kept asking, like, when you see about that chaos, what's the chaos? Well, he knows whatever he says is going to cause chaos, so he may as well tell you it's going to cause chaos. I'm not going to tell you. So, yes, good, excellent. Hard-boiled or poached. David, come on now. Sarah, are we going to win it on Sunday? Are we Saturday?
Yes, of course.
Am I going to be hungover Sunday? That's the real question. Yeah, probably either way. Yes. Sorry, go on, Sarah. Are we going to win Saturday?
Yeah, I really I echo what Jonny says. Completely believe in them, and we'll be proud of them regardless. Like, they're going to be adored forever. However, it'd be class if they could win. So if you're watching, guys,
do it.
I got one sec.
Okay.
We get even more Merthyr involved here.
Merthyr
The Merthyr Mafia.
And if it could get any more Merthyr. What's the club in Merthyr? Where in normal times, where would we be heading to on Saturday night if things went well?
Coolers.
The cooler.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
cooler.
The cooler. Do you know what?
The
It was great up a club. And we ordered like Nathan Evans was his boy. Just come on. He's just messaged in. Somebody else said Merthyr sent the universe. We get pizzas after the game now. So loads of pizzas come. And everybody's drinking. It's amazing up there. I love it. Do you know what I mean? It's like as near as we can be to being out there, and that's what we've got to try and do. Really, will the boys to win from Wales?
I need to get to Merthyr, and this is centre of the universe. This is
Yeah, exactly.
This is what I'm thinking, Sarah. We've been on a tour of Wales, and we've gone to Bow Street, and we've watched the game there. We watched it in the Rhondda last week. I think in the Merthyr. It's got to be Merthyr.
Sold out, boys. You sold out.
Ah, okay, fine.
I get you on the VIP lot. Anyway.
Yes. Right, quick. We're going to finish there before Johnny changes his mind. But listen, guys, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you to everybody who also has been chipping in with the comments. It's been a fantastic 45 minutes.
Did you see Dibs commented? Dibs from Bridgend. It's been packed there as well.
Has it? Penabont has been rocking, has it?
Penabont as well. Great.
And knowing Dibs, he's been at, there you go.
There you go. There's Dibs. Watch the score, but keep your feet on the floor.
You can tell he said that to absolutely everyone. Doesn't he? Go on, Dibs. Oh, man. Looking forward to seeing you soon, Dibs, when we are all back and rocking on Wales away trips. So fantastic. But listen, thank you so much for all coming on. Sarah, beautiful poems. Thank you very much for getting involved. Yeah, and Smithy.
Great work, John. Great work on the photos, pal. And you, Lawrence. You've all done great.
You've all been great as well. Oh, man, this is awesome.
We're all great in Wales. Come on.
Fantastic. Listen, thank you very much for watching all the FC Cymru's. Don't forget there are an absolute stack of FC Cymru's for you to catch up on. A brilliant one recently where we popped over to see the great people at Aber Valley. They were superb. And a great event at Kilgetty with Matty Jones and BT as well. So wonderful stuff going on. And we know that you're all absolutely loving the Euros. Let's ride it for a bit longer, shall we? So good luck to all the lads who are watching as well. Keep it going. The nation is proud. But from all of us now on FC Cymru, thanks very much, and we'll see you soon.